What up, people? Manny B here, back with another interview with Energy ELI. We just finished a shoot for him, some pictures for him too, as well as the project I got going on. But we're here today all about Eli, see what he got going on. What you got going on, sir?
Yeah, man. First and foremost, man, I appreciate you, continuing to help me, build in my career, and any other thing that I might need in life, beyond, what we do as part of the industry. But yeah, man, I'm just continuing to work, keeping myself busy, I think the biggest thing, in this industry, when stuff can slow down for you is to keep your mind strong, keep your mind busy, so that's doing things that's going to continue to benefit you in the long run. So yeah, man, I've just been working out a lot, making sure that diet for the most part is, on point, and just getting ready for my next role or, whatever my next job may be.
Okay, so when it comes to you, how do you stay maintained in this industry that you're in?
Man, you have to always focus on the next job before it even comes, if that makes any sense. So the job you just finished, that's over and done with. It's on to the next. So you have to always stay in mind of always be focused on the next thing, and the rejection as well. A lot of rejection comes with it too. So you can get an audition for something and you still don't get it. So you just have to take the good with the bad. The ties, they're gonna continue to go up the waves, but you gotta stay level.
So since we last did our interview, I don't even remember when that was. What you been up to since then?
For the most part, like I said, a lot of self-tapes, a lot of auditions. I had a big audition for a Tyler Perry thing on the beginning of this summer. Obviously, I'm not gonna get into the technicalities of everything, but obviously, I didn't go through with it. But just a lot of things that I said I wanted to do or accomplish. The auditions or whatever it may be, the attention. Even with New York Fashion Week, those things come. It came for me this year. So just to be recognized and just to be seen, it's been a blessing, man. So I'm grateful.
And as part of the roles that you've been auditioning for, what type of roles do you audition for? What type of roles do you look for that you want to get into?
Most of the roles that I usually get into, it's either something with like a rom-com, so obviously like a love interest, or I play the cop, or things along those lines. I think my next thing I want to get into is like some more action, maybe a few thrillers, sci-fi thrillers and things like that, but definitely action. I love to, learn and continue to do those stunts and all that, and you got to be in shape for those things. So I think that's the next step of where I'm trying to go.
And as far as the action, suspense, thrillers, what in those genres that you just stated, what is your favorite type of movie for that genre that you just?
I think the first thing that comes to mind, and I know obviously they've had so many of them, I think Fast and Furious.
Which one?
That's what the first one for me.
Same.
The first one, but yeah, things along those lines. I mean, just anything you think of as like action. I can't think of too many off the top of my head right now, but anything you can think of from your favorite action film, I want to take those type of roles on. Something like kind of how The Rock, he kind of does with, a lot of these action films that he's done, or it could even be like a fighting movie where he's played like a king or something like along those lines. So anything along those lines, that's what I'm looking to get into.
Now, as far as getting those roles, does it matter where it's small theater, small independent film, big film? Where do you see yourself in that area?
Well, I'll say first, I wouldn't object to doing independent films and maybe smaller theater, because a lot of these films, that's where they got their start anyway. Even some of the directors or some of the actors. So continuing to perfect your craft and get better, and maybe you're thrown in a situation you've never been in, that's a better opportunity than just getting thrown into a big film and you've never acted before, or had that level of experience. So I would never say no, I wouldn't do those things, because you don't know who you can meet, you don't know where the connection can be for the next thing you're trying to get into, and that can prepare you for where you're trying to go.
And as far as going in that direction, who, if you have any, do you take inspiration from, as far as actors? It could be from basically any generation.